What's happening, guys? Checking in. This is Tuesday, the 14th, I think. Yeah, 14th of June, before players, being Saturday the 18th. This is us just looking. This is my players prep. This is the current situation. As you can see, there's been some massive changes. As you can see, no power steering anymore. Completely different setup here. Oil goes the other way. Done all these hard lines now. We've got this new little internationally known, locally respected thermostat. Exactly original. His finest exhaust manifold to date. Look at that shit. Look at the fluid on that. Ooh, baby. Got all the homemade tubes as well. Yes, I know, I should have purge welded them. I've only learned about that recently. And then, yeah, basically everything is different now. New front mount that's angled. Little cheeky water meth, but that won't be on for players at all. I've got the direct injection water meth rad on the back there, which goes underneath here. Fuel pressure regulator is going to get mounted here in a minute. I've put my oil filter and lines here. This will be where I get my that'll be my oil cooler mounted there. I'm going to try and mount it like with some like knackered ducts and stuff, and make it all a bit sexy and actually aerodynamic. That's where the BOV goes now, so maybe the turbo lasts more than 10 minutes. This is my workspace. So what have I done in the car? Okie dokie. The car's basically been totally and utterly ripped apart and gutted. This is how it looks now. Hopefully it doesn't look like this on Saturday, as you can see, but this is what's taken me the time. Complete rewire. As you can see here, let's turn the light off. This one. Yeah, so I've totally rewired it. The whole thing's completely been ripped apart. You can see here, little meth tank there, meth pump here. I've got a Volvo power steering pump in the boot. So in the back, got one of these dead weight super duper light batteries with a 3D printed mount, so it don't weigh anything. I think the whole battery weighs like 3 kilos, and that old Halford's jobby weighs, I don't know, who knows, a ton. But all this I've mounted on 3mm carbon, and that's got rubber mounts on it, so it's all like cushy. Nice and rubber mounted. This power steering's all rubber mounted as well. So I've done all that there. We've turned down some little, as you can see, like centre finders, so that pulls it all straight. I've done the same here with the meth pump, and you can see like underneath the motor a little bit, that's where it sticks out underneath. Still looking fresh under there, boys. Yeah, so this here, all the wiring, you know, I'm no wiring guru at all, but what I've tried to do is I've tried to make it look as professional as possible, and I've tried to mount everything logically so it sort of makes sense. So you can see here I've got the AimTech PDM, which I really hated to start with, I've got to be honest. That was really, me and that really did not get on for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. That really pissed me off. Because you would think that it's really easy to control, but it's like logic based, so you have to like and or statements. It's just not straightforward, but anyway, we figured it out. Probably should do some thank yous, but I can't remember the guys' names, so I will do some thank yous later at some point. The only way I really understand high and low current systems is relays, and I know that that's meant to remove all the relays, but I've done the high draw stuff, which was like 40 amp plus on inrush. I did it on these, even though that has inrush protection. I've just learnt that word recently, so I'm going to use it loads because it sounds like I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this stuff, so that's ABS, both fans, and then starter motor. And I did them this way because it's kind of the only way I understood how to do it at the time, but now I do understand the PDM more. I'll maybe remove those at some point, but the amount of effort it took to put them in, I'm probably just going to leave them. So each one of those has a fused supply in this little sexy little fuse box, and obviously a main line to the starter motor and all that's got a fuse in it as well. starter motor alternator. Still don't really understand alternator control and smart alternators, but that's another thing to figure out. And again, that's got a little fuse there. I need to mount that for the power steering pump, which has its direct feed from the battery there, and then it's switched via the PDM, which has a control, one of them light up sexy buttons in the front that will control that. And also you can put logic into it that it'll turn on if you say go above, I don't know, 20 miles an hour or something, or below or above a certain amount of revs, it'll turn on or something like that. But I had to create all these like little looms and stuff, so it's been a learning curve. This has been a painful experience, but we're almost there now. So all I've got to do is put it back together, put these new wings on. Oh, let me show you the wings. Yeah, so these are now 875s instead of the 650s that I had, so I'm definitely going to need to sort the fueling out. Going for drive-by-wire, as you know if you follow me on the gram. What else we got? Volkswagen GTI pedal, which the first one failed, so I've got a new one of these here. That's going on. That's going to help me tune everything. This has been a fucking godsend. This is like 60 quid, which I know it's 60 quid, but because I don't understand electronics, or didn't, still don't, definitely not a guru, I've been able to test everything like injectors, fuel pump, and what I do is you put the power on here like 12 volts, then you limit your amps, and then you see how much amps it draws. Then you can basically work out your systems and how much gauge wiring and how much ampage you need to allow in your PDM and your wiring and stuff. So it's really cool to see that, and it also gives you watts as well. Yeah, and then you can figure stuff out, so it's pretty cool. That little stubby thing. Ooh. So that has definitely been worth its weight in gold, and that's almost like that's helped me to educate myself on bits and pieces. This is an EMAP canister. I could not find one of these for cheap, so made one. But let me show you quickly. You don't want to see my face, but I'm just going to do this like this. Right, so this EMAP canister. So you've got sensor, which should be 100 psi. 100 psi. Fill it with wire wool. This end here screws in, and that's basically your 6mm line that comes off of the collector side of your exhaust manifold. That then basically gives you a back pressure reference for your hot side of your turbo, feeds it into this, and then you can basically work out your pressure increase across your engine. So if you're putting 30 psi in and you get 45 psi back pressure, I think the ratio of like that works, makes sense, is like 1.5, and if it goes above that for a turbo engine, then people say you need to upsize your backhouse rating or size. So for this one, I've gone for a 0.72 because I wanted to move the power band up the rev range, because the last one would be dead at about 5k. Literally there was nothing after 5k. So I've tried to make this one, so this is a 660, so hopefully that should have lots of get up and go, because the last turbo did have some get up and go, but it was dead at 5k. It would come on strong, but it was dead, so it made a lot of shifting, a lot of messing around. And this is a lot of Yarlow's carbon, so much, it's beautiful. There's my new roof. Oh yeah. And then these are the sexy wings that I need to put on for players. Whoa, baby. They're pretty good. Need to be finessed by the main man, Jez. Shout out Carrera Sports, Carrera Bodyworks. He needs to finesse that, because that's definitely not my wheelhouse. I actually don't even know what my wheelhouse is. Trying to slam stuff together in a rush, I guess. I'm not even that good, because I'm well behind. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, all of these lines now are, as you can see, Torx fittings, clampies, and yeah, I need to stop filming, get back on with my job. And this, as you can see, is actually, for once, a kind of tidy workshop. And yeah, I'm going to get back to it, because I'm already behind, and it's Try to see what the time is. Oh, I don't think that says the time. Oh Jesus, it's 5 to 7. Wish me luck, guys. Got a new list, look.